That boy who used to spend days in the garage with only his imagination and a couple hand tools has gotten lost in the grind of the real world. I think it's time we find him. Today, we're chasing trends, and we better move fast because the one that inspired today's build has a 10-year head start. But first, let's get a happy Father's Day out to all the dads out there, and to the father figures who stepped in when someone needed them most. 20 years ago, I was sitting on the deck my dad and I had built when I was a kid. And I was bouncing my firstborn daughter on my knee, trying to show the old man how much I had grown and learned. I said, "You know, Dad, you use 2x12s for joists. Code says at that span, 2x8 was enough." And he looks at me and he says, "Code? Code is minimum. The minimum the law requires. Don't ever settle for minimum. You're so much better than that." I mean, seriously, it hit hard. I'll never forget it. And of course, his favorite line of wisdom, "Don't be an idiot." I said we were chasing trends, something I don't do unless it's a century old, but sometimes I am drawn into it. So, trend number 1, pallet wood. We got that. Trend 2, I saw this sofa with huge artwork above it, just boards like this laid out and a shark cut out of it. I loved it in an instant. And so here we are, taking that concept and adapting it to this much smaller piece. Trend number 3, very popular. Every YouTuber has done at least one variation of it, some 10 of them. And they all sell out, making millions, or so I read every other day. A coat rack, hat rack, key ledge, whatever you call it. We're adding that as well. All joking aside, I like the idea of it, the simplicity, the look. And trend 4, we're going live edge with the shelf. I did this on my quirky little birdhouse shelf, and I loved it. Liking the look, I marked the bottoms. I want them staggered, just like the top. No rhyme, no reason. The Delta miter saw makes short work of them. And then I hit them with the Wen benchtop sander, 120 grit, just quickly. Rough and rustic, farmhouse chic, although I'm calling this one Western. It doesn't have to mean sawdust and splinters. And now she has taken form. I love this look. The staggered depths and those ends. Come on, live edged. And these markings, I said it before, you cannot buy that patina. Layout locked in, the glue up. Tight Bond 3, my go-to. A little slide joint and clamp. Couple curls, I drop the weight on so it doesn't go anywhere. Speaking of which, if you haven't subscribed, now would be a great time to do so you don't lose track of us. And please like and comment. Let's see if we can wake that algorithm up again. The next day, I line my shelf up and do the part I have been dreading since I used different dimensions. I will have to chisel or cut out where the ledge goes. Now, I wanted this look. I love this look. And there's probably a better way to do it, but I'm busting out my Christmas gift. I hit it with the chisels, and it took a bit. Probably 20 minutes or so. Between moving the camera and trying to get all the angles, but it came out slick. One tiny error, went a hair too wide on one end underneath, but it'll be fine. These all act as little tiny micro corbels holding the shelves in. All right, live edge time. This is fun. I mean, fun. If you've never power carved, you need to. Do it. Try it. I like it. Following my lines, I just go at it. A little here, a little there, Deep reveal, then shallow. Then I hit it with the sander, just smoothing it over so the curves are not so sharp and rigid. Nature can be imitated, but never duplicated. And then there was fire. If power carving is fun, this is, well, yeah. Sorry. Dangerous. As my father would say, don't be an idiot. Concrete floor, fire extinguisher nearby, and burn. I'm not going super strong here, although a little heavier than last time. Just burning the edge, maybe float a little onto the top and bottom ledge, just a touch, to carry those torch marks over. It's beginning to crisp up nicely now. That nice, deep, dark brown. You know, like that marshmallow on s'mores from summer camp, just before it catches fire and ruins your night? It never ruined mine. I'd rather just eat the chocolate bars anyways. I slip the ledge on and move right into the cutout. The different depths make the pattern a little funky, but we can work with it. We'll have to cut them and separate by board, but it's workable. Look, this is for my wife's birthday. Back when we dated, I was always so good. Birthday would come, I'd give her a homemade mixtape, and write her a love song. But I have, over the years, bought from a list far too many times and not from the heart. Now, I consider myself a good man, a good husband, and if I slack, my excuse is always, I'm still far better than the average Joe. And jokingly would say something like, you could have it worse. You could be married to X, Y, or even Z. But lately I hear my dad say code is minimum. And my wife, she deserves more than minimum. The pattern. I took a picture of one of her favorite Breyer horses, the plastic models, removed the background, and created a pattern from it. Pattern traced, and the original pulled up on the computer, I quickly tighten it up. Then cut it out at the one scroll saw, and it fits, just barely though. Your luck. I wish I could say I measured it. I didn't. This took longer than I thought. Probably 30 minutes here, backing in and out. I did some filing, I did some sanding, probably could do more. And here we are. This is it. I'm not finishing it. I believe she'll want to just put plain lacquer on or poly on, no color. She likes the bright yellow look of pine and loves it glossy. What will she use it for? I don't know. By the door for the dog leashes, cat leash, phone car, keys. In the bedroom to put an antique horse on to display? I don't know. Maybe she'll want wrought iron hooks underneath, or maybe just dowels. I'm going to let her decide. Fastening the ledge. Some glue, tight bond 3 of course, and I screwed 3 2-inch screws in from the back, making sure the ledge was square. Call it farmhouse chic, call it cottage core. I'm calling it Western. It has that vibe to it, and that's what I was going for. And as you probably guessed, yeah, I love this. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Look, the so-called live edges on the right and left sides, brilliant. They just curve the piece in a little. That faux live edge on the shelf, it just ties it all together so beautifully. This is a great project. The possibilities are endless. Between the variable layout, the limitless patterns, and far too many uses, it is one trend I am glad I chased. This was a fun build. I know, I say that all the time, but when you are building for a purpose, each and every build counts. As always, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. anything and everything.